Welcome back to the channel, everybody, and if you're new here, I welcome you too. So I recently did a short video on my Instagram that was called Vitamin D Deficiency Season, and I also talk about the 3 main stressors because they're going to be very present in our lives this time of year. So in today's video, I'm going to elaborate on that a little bit better and go a little bit more in depth with some of the things that I discussed. Listen up and listen closely because this is some very good and important information. Let's get into it. So typically by the month of November, depending on where you're located, most of us have not been out in the sun in a while to soak up all that good vitamin D. So if you're not taking a vitamin D supplement, you're risking getting sick and having a whole slew of other problems. That's why I call this vitamin D deficiency season. Most of us just think it's cold and flu season and that's just what happens this time of year. But being deficient in vitamin D and some other things I'm about to get into are going to be the cause of us getting sick. Some things that you're going to see when you're deficient in vitamin D are going to be, number 1, obviously a weakened immune system, high blood pressure, and depression. You can also have decreased calcium absorption, and the reason for this is even if you're taking a D supplement, you need to make sure that it has K2 with it because they work together with each other. K2 is responsible for taking calcium and driving it into the bones where it's supposed to go and not building up in your vascular system, which can end up leading to a lot of problems like calcification of the arteries. Quick little fun fact, there are certain microbes in certain diseases that can actually block the vitamin D receptors in your body and keep you from pulling it in. This is where you're really going to have to be intaking a lot more vitamin D to be able to get enough of it for your immune system to keep strong to fight that stuff off. Real quick before I go into the 3 main stressors, if you're not already on a vitamin D supplement or you would like to upgrade to something better, the one that I use is by superdosing, and it's got a good amount of D3 and K2 in it. It's got 10,000 IUs of D3 and 1,500 micrograms of K2 in it, and those are in great ratios to be able to work synergistically with each other in the proper way. And I'll have a link to that down in the description if you'd like to check it out. You're going to have physical, chemical, and emotional stress present at a very high amount this time of year. Looking at physical stress, you're going to be doing most likely a lot of running around. You might be doing some overtime at work trying to get some extra money to buy Christmas presents for everybody. And you might be visiting a lot of family members. Then moving on to the chemical stress. This time of year, a lot of people are burning a lot of candles and using air fresheners. You know, the Christmassy kind of smells, whatever that may be for you. You got to look at what these candles and what these air fresheners are made of. There's a lot of stuff in these that can be detrimental to your health and breathing them in. Even though you may think it's not a big deal and it's just a small amount, it can actually cause a lot of different problems. For example, a hormone imbalance. That's one thing that can happen with that. And also you have to look at all the foods and stuff that's going to be present at this time. You got to look at, for example, like maybe with the ham and the turkey, any other animal products, you got to think, was it, are they organic? What were they fed? Were they grass fed or were they feedlot fed, grain fed? A lot of GMO, corn, and soy. A lot of times you have no idea what the answers to those questions are. And also all the other stuff, the sugary stuff. You've got tons and tons of treats and things that are going to be on the shelves right in front of your face, temptation everywhere. And another quick thing about the immune system is even if you're taking vitamin D, if you're intaking a lot of sugar, and a lot of other junk that's going to suppress your immune system on top of being deficient already of vitamin D. So even if you're taking it, it's still going to weaken your immune system even further. Then the emotional stress. Worried about buying presents for everybody, worried about not having the money to buy them. Maybe you're having to rack up some credit card debt this time of year, and then that's going to carry over into next year because you're going to be worried about getting it paid off, and that's going to take the stress and string it out even further. And you might be worried and concerned about having to see people that you're not too fond of, like the in-laws. But it being the holidays, usually you got to do it. You got to put up with it, and it's probably going to end up causing you some stress if you don't get along with those certain people. Now, I know this time of year most of us are going to cheat. I know most people are going to do it on Thanksgiving and Christmas Eve and or Christmas Day. But if you're going to do it, just try to keep it on those days and minimize the damage that could happen from doing that. Because during this time, you want to keep yourself in tip-top shape and conditions to be able to handle all this stuff that's going to be thrown at you, and to keep yourself in good health so that you can enjoy spending time with the people that you are fond of without feeling horrible and sick and sluggish and just not at your optimal state. So just be conscious of your vitamin D intake. If you're not on a supplement, please get on one. Check out the one that I showed earlier. There's a link in the description for that. Now, real quick before I wrap this up, I have a quick favor to ask of you. If you could please leave a comment and let me know what is your most present stressor this time of the year. Is it the physical, is it the chemical, or is it the emotional? And what aspect of it is really present in your life this time of the year? Really interested to see y'all's responses. But I'll see you guys next week. Keep it keto, keep it healthy, and happy holidays to all of you.